This episode is about Zelda and pretending it's online because it's not relevant. And streaming it doesn't make it new. Streaming it is a waste of electricity. You players are faking online Zelda because Zelda's not an online game. But these people are streaming Zelda like it's a goddamn online game, and they're using Zelda to goddamn talk to people, to talk to children. Bath was good. I just took off my boots. Okay? But I'm talking about Zelda. Because Zelda is not relevant in 2025. Because it's not online. People are streaming Zelda. Okay? They're faking it. They are literally pretending Zelda is online. Okay? But it's not an online game. It's just not relevant in this year. All our video games were trash in the 90s because it's not online. You throw your games in the trash because man is not supposed to be in his room doing things offline. You're supposed to be online. But you fake it, you fake ass Zelda players. Zelda is not an online game. Same with Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy is a little different. I'm biased like that. Just Final Fantasy has online editions, part 11, part 14. There's like maybe one Zelda online. A Dynasty Warriors version, that's not even a real Zelda. There's no Zelda online. It's not relevant. I drank I got two of them for, this is 700 calories. Yeah, Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a single game to win the state championship. Okay? At least Monster Hunter is online. Okay, at least, but Monster Hunter sucks. It's also on the shit list of games they don't play. And that's going against the grain of some of my oldest viewers here are saying they play Monster Hunter. But if I want to press a button and wait for an animation to spin in a circle, then I'll play Monster Hunter. But if I want to have a responsiveness, if I want to press a button and see something happen, I'm not even on the PlayStation because you have to have a loading time. If it's not 14 frame, if it's not a 14 frame jab in Tekken, I ain't gonna unleash that move, man. I've been reading frame data since I was in the Army. That's what I did in the Army. I sat and I studied PlayStation frame data. I'm a digital warfighter. We measure frames. Dark Souls, there's no tink. There's no ability to just tap your opponent. It takes like half a second to do a quick attack. The game's trash. Everything on PlayStation is trash. It's so true. Thank you. I picked up a can of beans and a box of macaroni today. I'm thinking of cooking macaroni. And I was just watching a guy play Zelda. And I only joined his live stream to ask him, "Hey man, is Zelda online or is it fake online?" He said, "Oh, well, Zelda's not an online game." Then I say, "Well, then why are you online? Why are you online playing Zelda It came out a year ago. It's not relevant. People, the Zelda fans, they're complaining because they know their game is trash. All the players my age, we have, and this guy's looked older than me. He's asking kids in his chat. He's asking kids if I had left because his viewers went from 6 to 5. He could he's stalking his, Zelda is trash, bro. Zelda is what you play if you don't have internet. Okay, why are you trying to bring the I don't have internet experience online, guys? That's why. You look at me. I'm not online playing Zelda, but watch me play Zelda online. What is it? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'll bust up the filter as when I'm gonna hit this button. Okay, hit the button. I like to watch people play games, man. But like, sometimes you just have to tell. I only like to tell them their shit sucks. I mean that's also what I like to do. That's part of watching them play, right? Hey, fuck them playing their offline games, pretending your Zelda's on. Japan hates Zelda. You're not gonna. Hey, Japan, please make another Zelda for us. They're gonna make it anyways, guys. They're gonna have a shorter development time. It's gonna be the same crap, running through grass and spinning, cooking, riding a electric motorcycle now. Yeah, show me what. They lost me. Now that they got the same bicycle that you ride in Pokemon in Zelda, because everything in Nintendo is the same exact shit. And Pokemon's not even an online game, bro. People still playing Pokemon, fucking pretending it's online. It's not relevant. This is a waste of your life. I quit playing. I played one game. I played a little this week. I can go 340 days a year without touching a game. Okay? Let me hit there's a lot. I want to hear everything. Come on.
Aboaticum, how are they doing that? Aboaticum, I always wanted to get into Monster Hunter. Some guy, did you know Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a single game to win the state championships for Polk High School? Aboaticum, there's a PSP emulator that supports Monster Hunters Online. Fishman 5678 Sega does what Nintendo can't. Zaba, hey man, can I be a mod? Fishman 5678 blast processors are the shit. Aboaticum makes Zaba mod. 5678 so true Teddy. Zaba, hey man, can I be mod? Aboaticum eating good. Parasite, here's an interesting fact. Superposition states that particles can be in multiple places or have multiple properties at once. Fishman 5678 Zelda's trans bro. Duke Gatto PlayStation over Xbox any day.
Did you read everything? Nope. So then it goes, hi, meow, where's the filter, man? Damn, God forbid anybody has interest. Teddy doesn't play baby games is what it is. I play games when they're new. That new Zelda's already old. My brother just told me he got a Switch and he's playing Zelda. I'm like, man, fuck you, Jet. Fuck you. I could never just be sitting around in 2025 playing an old ass Zelda. I got respect. I'd rather just make my own video. This is my fucking video. Okay? I don't need to play that trash ass Zelda to ride around on a electric bicycle. Meow, meow, moo, meow. If it was meant to be, it's not. Why would they put it online? Everybody's gonna just fake. You can just fake that it's online. That's why all the old games are still have a lot of life left in them. But you get burnout. You know, these Zelda guys are going to be playing Zelda for the rest of their life. It's like some kind of crippling addiction. Like, they're a waste of a player. They're a waste of an internet connection. If you come to me, if I was Trump, I would straight tell you, if I catch you streaming Zelda, I'm gonna kick you from the guild. You'll be banned on Battle.net. You won't be able to message me. And on Battle.net, where actually my players are, because that's where I come from, bro. I'm from Battle.net. You know what Battle.net is? When I was in Afghanistan, I was reading online about Battle.net. It was just started. And I came back and I became a Blizzard player. Okay, and I played Blizzard for 20 years, and I'm a loyal Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, Diablo, World of Warcraft. You know, I play the good games, guys. I don't need to go and own a PlayStation to have that shit. Okay, I don't have to have a Nintendo Switch to get Overwatch. Okay. I really tried to stop ever giving them a penny. We declare economic war. Hey, welcome back, CC Motion. I'm a big Teddy Roosevelt fan. I got more respect for RuneScape players because at least they're on goddamn line. And nobody wants to watch that shit. It's an unwatchable shit, bro. Okay. I wish you all played Attack on Titan. That game is online. It sold 30 copies when it came out. I played it online. Bro, you cannot compete with me. I've already played the greatest game. There is no new Attack on Titan in 7 years, bro. And you still haven't played it. You still haven't played Attack on Titan. You want to tell me to watch some anime? Well, yeah, go watch some. You're gonna tell me to watch it, but you wouldn't actually play the game. Yeah, I played Attack on Titan for 30 days in a row on this channel, I think. I get confused when I go back and I look at my 2017 or 2018 live streams. But yeah, I have Attack on Titan content on my channel. Nobody watches it. You get to create your own hero and play as a member of the Wings of Liberty, which is similar to Wings of Redemption. But no, it's the Wings of Liberty. That's why you get your Levi jacket with your wing on the back. You have to earn your Levi jacket. Okay, I am a member of the Wings of Liberty. That's why I have a Levi jacket. I'm just like Levi. I will beat the truth out of you. Okay. Let me look at my playlists, see if I can find it. Oh, I got my playlist. Lightning returns. Maybe. Is it in my sizzle reel? Where's my sizzle reel? That's all music. End of the World playlist, maybe? Probably. Overwatch. Switching to Elix. There's a Zenki Zero player here. I played Zenki Zero. Not a lot of people did. Then the Zenki Zero story was incredible. One of the best stories I ever heard in a Japanese. It's all about keeping women in a village. Yeah. My Oh, you want a fart sound with the armpit, huh? Yes, a fart sound request. One try? Nope. Nope. Something. There you go, guys. I didn't have to do that. When I argue with women, I might just go off on one. That's not arguing. Equal opportunity arguer. It's hard to have a good argument because it's usually with strangers, and a good argument can go a long time. And for that, I only argue with my brother about wrestling. I argue with my sister about church. I mean, my brother doesn't give a shit about that, you know. You want to argue about church or wrestling, whatever the family's doing on Sunday. They think me watching football is stupid. Okay. Naomi cashes in the Money in the Bank and becomes the champ. Could she get the push that R-Truth should have got? I've always preferred Naomi. Naomi! And I could see that spoiler from a thumbnail. I didn't click on the story. Naomi shocks the world. Trevor Lawrence can't read. He's one of the hottest free agents potentially after playing and being done at Jacksonville. Kirsch. Well, that's what's going on, man. I'm just like Zelda. You run around your empty world, you never see anybody. It doesn't matter. It could be full of NPCs. It could be full of bananas. It could be full of goddamn shiny stars. Whatever. If you don't see another person in your game, and YouTube's like that too. I don't like just being in my room making my show. I do really wish I could be in a think tank. I'd like to have my brother on the show and ask him about wrestling now. What's it like supporting that shit now? Because I told him 30 years ago I can't tolerate WWF, WWE. They've always been the enemy. They will always be the enemy. They're from a different place. They're not from California. They only have some shows up. They have some shows up here. They don't come around here very often. It's not good for their health it's not good for their health. I'm so thankful that they just don't come around that often. You know, they really fucked up. Yeah, they really fucked up. They could have had an influence in the territory, but most of their shows, their legendary California shows, are down in Anaheim, home of the Mighty Ducks. A show in Anaheim that doesn't qualify as Los Angeles. I'm not going to give them any credit. The biggest shows in LA history, probably Nitro at Staples Center, Sid winning the championship, the first champion. Everybody else after that, they just weren't invited to do it. You know, Staples wanted Nitro. Staples didn't want Vince McMahon. The reason the media hates the Lakers, they'd have John Cena out there in a Lakers practice. You know, John Cena playing. LeBron James is going to retire, so John Cena can take his place, basically. You know, no, everybody knows their job is bullshit. Nobody wants to do it anymore. Even R-Truth wants to quit. Seth Rollins just blew out his leg. That's funny to me because he'll probably never come back because this company's done. This company's done with the talent. AEW was better. You can never truly knock out the WWF though. I mean, they're like the nugget that they won't flush. They are like Owen Hart. They go around the bowl and they pop back up like Henry Godwin's broken neck. The hammer is one of the greatest of all time. That's right. If not the best of all time. I love me some Greg Hammer. Try to get the win-loss record. You really have to calculate a win-loss record. Somebody like I was looking at wrestling statistics last night. King Kong Bundy had like one pay-per-view win. So Greg the Hammer would probably have about 3 pay-per-view wins, because largely he's a jobber. On the main stage, jobber, house show, squash match. Because Greg could squash a lot of guys, but he wouldn't squash as a singles. I don't want to think about Greg too much. What a Greg is a boring ass dude. He just hits people hard. He's like Ole Anderson. I'd put Greg versus Ole Anderson would be a good match. I can see they wrestled in 1977. They were again. I don't know what pickleball is. What's pickleball? I think guys, balls are stupid. Balls are stupid. Give me a sport with no ball. Yeah. Bicycle racing. I'd rather watch race cars. Most of the things you see in football aren't even the guy holding the ball. You know. You try to tell casual football fans to not follow the ball, so you can get a sense of what the people are actually doing. I count the steps. I'm a step counter. As soon as I count steps when I watch. Usually, I like to watch police activity. I always count the steps people make when they charge at police. Usually about it's hard to get a 20-step run at a police. If you make 20 complete steps, you started too far. Ideally, you would want to hit the cop on your 6th step. That's the 10-yard line. If most people can't, it takes 19 steps to run 40 yards, and the first 10 yards is kind of crazy. It takes about, depending how good you are, about 8 steps to go 10 yards, and then once your body is up and full erect, every 4 steps is 10 yards. So you go 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So that's 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards. Okay. You have to watch a lot of 40-yard dashes to get the technique down. I don't worry about how fast a guy is. I just count how many steps he took. Because if you take 21 steps to run 40, you got real short legs. If you just want to be able to get to 40 in 19 steps. That's it. That's like a 4.1. The average guy is truly hitting the 20 steps. Like I said, you take eight steps to go 10 yards, and then every 4 steps is another 10 yards. You got that? That's 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That's 20 steps for 40 yards. You're going to average 2 yards per step, a 6 yard stride, running full speed. When you're developing your technique as a runner, you only have to know, I'm only gonna take 20 steps. I don't have, and 20 steps is what, 5 seconds? That's crazy. That's crazy. I should get a time. I should break it down by time. It probably takes you 2 seconds to go 10 yards, and then every 10 yards after that is 1 second. So it goes 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Then I broke it down. At 3 seconds, you should be 30 yards down. You got that? At 4 seconds, you should be at 40 yards. Or 40 or 50. It takes 2 seconds to go 10 yards. 3 seconds to go 20 yards. 4 seconds to go 30 yards. 5 seconds to hit 40. On it, the only improvement you can do is really have a quicker 10 yards. If you can take off half a second, if you can hit the 10 yard on your 6th step instead of your 8th step, like I said, you're removing a step. You have to be so fast that you can remove a step. Where we at here? It's a 9:11 at night. My drink's here. I wanted to get some water. I feel like buying butter tonight. I have to go to the Tenderloin. I'm gonna get butter for my macaroni. I'm not eating yet. 34 minutes. I'm gonna check my battery. 26%. Well, that's what I think about Zelda. I can't just rant about Zelda 34 minutes without saying workout, guys. I want to keep my shit relevant, okay? I'll see you next time when I feel relevant. You guys are relevant to me, so I'm going to listen to this chat one more in case I missed anything. Chat reader didn't want to read. Now will. It's like I goddamn broke it.
CC Motion 1998 Teddy. The Unabomber was a smart mathematician. What a waste. Fishman 5678 Teddy goes in acid. Could Teddy make a funny fart sound with your armpits? Fishman 5678 yes. Fart sounds please. CC Motion 1998. Never argue with a woman face with tears of joy. Fishman 5678. Face orange biting nails.